Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all and welcome to the channel. In this video we will cover the last two types of elongation, inshallah, and God willing, followed by the natural mad or natural elongation. And before we start, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وارض اللهم عنا معهم أجمعين اللهم آمين. We will cover the weakest of the mudud, which is Badal. Badal. And that means alternative or substitute, depending on the perspective. This happens in one word as well. I know we covered the exception, which is the munfasil, but I would like to reiterate it to help the information cement easily into the minds of the viewers. And this is only two harakas. As I said, it is the weakest mad, so it is only two harakas. Now, what happens in mad al-badal? You will pass by this mad constantly, and you will be, most of the time, you will be unaware of it because it is not a proper mad, it is a natural mad, so you will not even you may not even recognize it as you are reciting. The reason it is called the alternative or the substitute is some words start with two hamzas, and I will not cover this in detail because this considers the origin of words in Arabic, and I am not an expert in the Arabic language. Hence why I will avoid speaking profoundly in this subject because it is not my field. So when these words manifest, it is rather difficult for the tongue to enunciate such words because of the presence of two guttural accents. So what happens is these are substituted or changed or transformed or are alternated with this format. So instead of manu, it will be manu. So this becomes mad badal, or the changed or the transformed or the substituted, depending on how you wish to define it. And I will show you one example here, but as I said, it is only two harakas, so you will not elongate it that lengthily. Here in Surah Al-Balad, a continuation from the previous lecture. ثم كان من الذين آمنوا, and that is it. You will not say آمنوا. No, it is only two harakas because it is a weak mad. آمنوا, آمنوا. As opposed to here, see, this is the annotation for a mad followed by the hamza, and even though the alif is not there, the annotation says otherwise. This is a difference in calligraphy, of course. I do not wish to confuse you with Arabic writing. So in the Qur'an, if you see this annotation, this automatically means a mad, followed by a hamza that is mad muttasil, since it is in one word. أولئك, and so on and so forth. So this is an example of badal. So you can say that it is a hamza followed by mad, harf mad, or a vowel. But you do not have to pay close attention to this mad because, as I said, it is only two harakas, which is mad tabee'ie. So this is equal to this. You see this vowel right here? This is also mad tabee'ie, natural mad. وَتَوَاصَوْا, that is it, two harakas. We will cover natural mad at the end of the lecture, inshallah. Now comes a very strange mad. one that does not actually require a vowel, and that is مد اللين. اللين. This med also comes in one word. This med does not require a harf med or a vowel letter. It actually requires harf lin instead. Harf lin. What are حروف اللين? They are ya and waw. So they are the vowels, except instead of they will have the diacritic sukoon. However, instead of being preceded by a letter with a diacritic derived from the vowel letter, they will instead have a different diacritic. So let us say, for example, here we'll say the word qawm, which means people. It is actually derived from standing, qiyam, and the reason people are referred to as qawm is because they are ready to stand to defend what is precious to them, hence the term. See here, qaf with a fatha followed by a waw sukoon. This is not a vowel. This is not harf mad. Here it becomes a harf lin, so it takes a different form of mad. The same here. I am trying to remember a word. Oh, yeah. Bait. A house. This is a ya with a sukoon preceded by a letter with a fatha instead of a kasra. So this is not normal mad. This is not a vowel letter. This becomes harf lin. And if you recall from the lazim lecture, the word ayn, or the letter ayn, sorry. The letter ayn. We treated this letter as mad lazim, though it is lin, not lazim. Because mad lazim means this letter must be a vowel, which means that it must follow a letter with a diacritic that derived from it. However, mad lin has three forms for harakat. It can either be 2, 4, and 6. 6 is used only for letters in mad lazim in the recitation Hafs an Asim. All the other حروف اللين or words that have مد لين normally are 2 harakat. However, you can extend it to 4 or 6 provided again that you are consistent with the number. Do not switch. The only time you are forced to use 6 is for letters in مد لازم. That is it. You can say bait, or you can say bayt, or you can say bayt. 6 harakas. Now let us take an example. Actually, I think I know the best example for that. That would be Surah Quraysh. Where is it? Al-Fil, Quraysh. Yeah, Quraysh comes immediately after Fil. لي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش. Ra with a fatha followed by ya with a sukoon. This is lean. So you can say Quraysh, natural, 2 harakas. Or you can say Quraysh, 4 harakas. Or you can say Quraysh. The same here, as-sayf, al-bayt. This entire surah has mad leen at the end of the verse. So khawf, kha with a fatha followed by a waw with a sukun. This is harf leen, so this becomes mad leen. But the most readers who recite with the dialect of Hafs and Asim do not elongate it more than 2, which is why some people are even unaware of this mad's existence or this elongation's existence. That is it for elongations. I will speak quickly of the natural mad or mad tabee'ie. Natural elongation. And in Arabic, the adjective comes after the noun. So it will be mad tabee'ie. It does not have to be natural. Tabee'ie also means normal. Tabee'ie. Though they match in English, from English to Arabic in terms of order. This natural mad only has 2 harakas. And this natural mad is applied with huruf al-mad, or the vowels. When you have a waw preceded by a letter with a diacritic derived from it, this is a natural mad. And this will be very common in the Qur'an. Here, for example, li'i, hamza with a kasra followed by a ya mad, li'i, la fi. This annotation indicates an alif, an extra alif, but as I said, these annotations are only for the Qur'an. Let us see where else. This is not natural because this is muttasil. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا. Dal with a dhamma followed by waw mad. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا. This is a natural mad. This is a munfasil, so this is not natural. Min ju'. This jim has a dhamma followed by a waw mad. So this is ju'. 2 harakas, very simple, very natural. That is why you do not even need to use your fingers to count for the harakat. It happens naturally. Hence why it is called the natural mad or mad tabee'ie. And that is it with regards to elongations or mudud. In the next lecture, inshallah, we will cover a very common topic of Tajwid, which is أحكام النون الساكنة والتنوين, the rules for noon with a sukun or tanween, and what happens when these 2 scenarios present themselves in a verse. We have 4 أحكام: إظهار, إدغام, إقلاب, إخفاء, which we will cover in details in the upcoming lectures, inshallah. I hope this lecture was beneficial and helpful to everyone. I will see you in the next video, inshallah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe and take care.